where we talk about all things personal finance, where we talk about building wealth, generational wealth. I definitely want to welcome you back to the channel. So, as you can see, I have my dashiki on this morning. I got this actually in West Africa. I got this 2 years ago when I was in Ghana visiting. It was a great time, and I can't wait to get back to the continent. Anyways, welcome back once again. Thank you so much for giving me a second, minute, whatever of your time, where we talk about all things general finance, okay? Where we talk about personal finance and wealth building and all that it takes to do that. So, we've been duped. Yeah, we've been duped. We've been duped. Okay, we've been duped. Now, what do I mean by that? So, I found this article, or this article found me kind of. As you know, I love talking finance. I love it. I love it talking personal finance. It's just a passion of mine and has been for decades. So, the wealthiest 10% of Americans own a record 89% of all US stocks. That is just an amazing, amazing stat that the wealthiest 10% of Americans own a record 89% of all stocks. So no wonder there's a wealth gap. There is such a wealth gap, and we know why there's a wealth gap. We know that many ethnicities, many races were held back from building wealth for a long time, for decades, if not centuries. Okay, and certain people had a leg up on others, and we understand that. But we are here in 2021, and we have the wealthiest 10% of Americans owning 89% of all stocks. Now, stocks being what great companies and having access to incredible companies. What is a stock? A stock is just owning a stake in a particular company, owning shares, a share of Apple, a share of Amazon, a share of Google, a share of Tesla. Okay. And so, but 10% of people wealthiest own 89%. Something's wrong with that, right? Because it seems that the 89% are the ones who need to own more stocks, or the 90% only need to own more so that they can get where the 10% is. But we know the problem with the world is the haves want to continue to have what they have, and they don't want to share. That's why I left corporate America. I left corporate America about 9 years ago. I worked for some incredible companies, incredible institutions, and I'm very grateful for my time at those institutions. I really am. They gave me the bedrock of who I am today in terms of fiscally and being around different things, of being around the stock market, being around and learning all these different things that I did around the people. I am grateful for that time. I do not regret it at all. I love it. I'm so glad that I got to spend it. I worked for J.P. Morgan, the largest bank in the country, one of the largest in the world. And I worked at those, and I walked in those halls, and I struck the nav, and I did all that stuff. I love it. And I was around some serious stocks and serious swaptions and options and all that stuff, and futures, and puts, and I was around it all. Okay. And I love my time there, but I left because I just, you know what? I'm not the kind of person who can work someplace just for the paycheck and be miserable. And I just felt like, you know what? Making somebody who's wealthy wealthier is not my calling in life. So I left corporate America to go and teach, because I wanted to teach, honestly. I wanted to teach those who were of a similar background to me. Okay, I wanted to do that, and I did do that. And I left corporate America about 9 years ago, but after working about almost 20 years in corporate America, and I left, and I went from the bottom as a teacher, and now here I am, worked my way up, and now I'm a teacher teaching history and personal finance in a high school. I mean, I love it. I love it. Why would you spend your life where I don't care how much you make? Maybe there's something wrong with me. Is something wrong with me? It is something wrong with me, because most people work in a job that they can't stand, but they got to stay there because they got to pay those bills. Now, I'm sorry, I'll figure it out. I figured it out. You know what? It was a tough time for my wife and I when I transitioned from one to the other. But you know what? We made it. We made it with flying colors. Okay. Anyway, so I did leave that, and that's where I am now. But back to the article. The wealthiest 10% of Americans own 89% of all US stocks. That makes no sense to me. Well, it does. I understand why it's that way. But the reason I have this channel is I want to change this. I want to help change it. I am no one's savior. It can't just be me. There is so much literature, there's YouTube, social media, and all that now that teaches people about personal finance. And you have got to really educate yourself in addition to this channel. Okay, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button and all the things that you need to do. The notification button as well when I post a video, because I want to help with this. I want to help close the wealth gap, because there is a wealth gap, because clearly 10% of Americans own 89% of the stocks. Now let's get into the article a little bit. Now let's read. So the wealthiest 10% of American households now own 89% of all stock. That doesn't make any kind of sense. No wonder everybody's struggling, because no one owns anything. The 10% own everything. A record high that highlights the stock market's role in increasing wealth inequality. Increasing wealth inequality, right? Increasing wealth inequality. So it's increasing. So the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And it's increasing every single day. The run up of the stock market recently, the bull market that has gone on over the last, say, 10 years, and what's going on. Okay. And most people aren't even a part of it. According to this, most people aren't even a part of that. Tesla ran up this week. It's run up the last 6 months. It's been running up. Are you in it? Right? Apple, all these companies, Amazon, Google, all these incredible, Microsoft, right? So, and others. That's the top 5 FANG stocks, right? Anyway, the top 1% gained over $6.5 trillion in corporate equities and mutual fund wealth during the pandemic. So they benefited during the pandemic. $6.5 trillion, their wealth went up, according to the latest data from the Federal Reserve. The bottom 9% of Americans held about 11% of stocks and added 1.2 trillion in wealth during the COVID pandemic. The wealthiest 10% of Americans now own 89% of all U.S. stocks held by the households, a record high that highlights the stock market's role in increasing wealth inequality. The top 1% gained more than 6.5 trillion in corporate equities and mutual fund wealth during the COVID pandemic, while the bottom 90% added 1.2 trillion, according to the latest data from the Federal Reserve. The share of corporate equities and mutual funds owned by the top 10% reached a record high in second quarter, while the bottom 90% of Americans held about 11% of individually held stocks, down from 12% before the pandemic. So we're getting worse. It's going from 12% you own it to 11%. It's got to stop, guys. We've been duped. We've been duped because, there's a formula that they tell you. They say, you know what? It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the man in the corner. Don't worry about that. You just worry about going to school, getting them good grades, and getting a great job. You worry about that, and let us worry about owning stocks. Let us worry about owning real estate. Let us worry about owning crypto. Let us worry about owning REITs, while you guys go get a job and work really hard for us and make more money for us. Please do that. That's what's happening. That's what this article is all about. The rich, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, the rich don't work for a paycheck. The rich don't do that, and the wealthy don't. Definitely not. What they do is they build up assets like this, and it pays them. And while they do that, they get taxed less. Wow, they got it good, don't they? Man, they got it good, man. We got to get it good too. That's what my channel is all about. It's about, you know what? We all got to eat. Outside my classroom, I have it's true. Outside my classroom, I have a poster, and the poster says everybody eats. Well, everybody ain't eating. In fact, according to this, only about 10% are really eating. Us, we're eating scraps. We're eating scraps while they're eating. They eat filet mignon, they eat shrimp and lobster. They're popping bottles. They're doing it all while we're eating over here eating scraps, right? Because 89% of the stocks they own. So they own all the stock. They own Google, they own Facebook, they're owning Lockheed Martin, they're owning Johnson and Johnson, they own Pfizer, they own Moderna, they own all of it. There's so many more. They own them all. Benefited from these incredible companies while we're eating scraps over here, getting in debt, going to school with all our debt because of the colleges that they run and that they're benefiting from, right? Does it make sense? So we've been duped. We've been duped for a long time. We've been duped. We've been duped in this soul, this bill of goods that you just do this and you're good. While they don't even do it. While they're investing. So we got to do it. This article is clear that there is a problem. We have to invest our money. You need to be an owner of something. Stop being someone who just consumes, and we need to be somebody. I'm not preaching. This is what it is, everybody. And we got to make some changes. This is what this channel is about. I need you to let your people know about my channel. I need you to let them know. I need you to hit the like button. I need you to tell people, hey, this is dude on YouTube, and he's I'm kind of like Howard Beale. If you don't know who Howard Beale is, there was a show called a movie called Network back in the 70s. And this is a guy, he was tired of it. And you know what he said? And excuse my French, but he says, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. That's what he said. That's a Howard Beale. It's like, great movie. Watch the movie. It's a great movie. All right. I should watch it again myself. Howard Beale. But that's what he said. I'm mad as... I don't actually swear, so I don't really like to use that word like that. But he said, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. Well, we need to all be too mad. We need to all invest. We need to get it together, everybody. This channel is about us getting it together. All right. So please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like button so that I guess the algorithm works where you hit like and it gets out to other people. I want them to see this channel. You know, I don't have all the bells and whistles. I just have a message. I'll get all the bells and whistles, but get the meaning of what I'm saying here, right? We got to do something because you know what? And if you own stocks, continue to do it. Tell the other people about it. Retirement accounts and all that. We're into all that in this channel. Into all that and teaching people, inspiring people, getting people to be where they're at. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for giving me a moment of your time. I appreciate it, and I look forward to many more videos. I'll have another one out by Monday, and I'm going to start getting that content out, absolutely, because we got work to do. So appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and I will see you next time on B9 Finance. Ciao.